Look who is back. Yes, I am back. I'm very sorry about the 2-3 week absence, everybody. But we are finally back. And I know background looks different. There's no jerseys on the wall. You're not seeing well, you are seeing lights, but you don't see the jerseys on the wall. You don't see the TV. That's because your boy is in college. Yep. And we are in a new background. This isn't going to be the background for, every single video because I plan on having a different background in a different place, and you guys will see very soon. Maybe next video, but, and honestly, next video I'm really excited for because I might, not guaranteed, but might be interviewing people, and I'm very excited. So since I'm at college, it's great probably to interview the athletes, and I might do that in a later video. But for this video, let's talk about some NFL quarterback expectations. The season's going to be starting very soon. Preseason has been going pretty well so far, honestly. But the season is coming up, and I think in another week or two, it's going to start up. And let's talk about some quarterback expectations. So let's roll into today's episode.
Goal! To win it.
So what I did is I broke this up in sections. So we got the elite quarterbacks, the rising quarterbacks, and the high potential quarterbacks. So obviously, let's start off with the elite quarterbacks. We got three of them, and three of them. But let's get into the first one. The first one from the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, and it's a really huge opportunity to make the Super Bowl because the Bills made it very, very, very close last year. But unfortunately, they lost it against the Chiefs. And, I think a lot of people were expecting that it was going to be their year. But, the Chiefs unfortunately had other plans. But even though they were beaten, but they were barely beaten. So that goes to show that they can actually get over the top if the Chiefs make it back, obviously. So, obviously, given that Josh Smith, he's a great offensive guy. And thanks to Joe Brady, the offense of the team is going to be even better. So the offense is going to contain spreading the ball around to other playmakers, and they're making a mentality where there's going to be no one talented wide receiver. So they got a group of talented pass catchers. So the Bills are actually going to be able to play an offense like that. So they're calling this new philosophy "everybody eats," which sounds like a TikTok trend. I ain't going to front, but that's our generation. And honestly, it's a great philosophy to have. So here are some of Josh Allen's strengths. So he obviously has the strongest throwing arm in the NFL, and he can launch the ball deep in tight window spaces. His running and rushing production is really great. He's a dominant runner, especially in the red zone. And he can turn broken plays in the first down, which you actually see that with a lot of quarterbacks, but he can actually do it a lot better. And he also has a rushing floor skills, and it's going to give him more of an advantage against the other quarterbacks. So some people just support him as James Cook. He's going to impact the game as a pass catcher. Kincaid and Knox, they're also a really great duo to have on the team, given the fact that they're having this new philosophy. So now that there's no one talented wide receiver, he can go to any other type of options, and he can even get those passes into tight window space if the defense is collapsing in. So I think this is a really great opportunity. He's an elite quarterback, and honestly, the Bills have a great opportunity to make the Super Bowl this year, and hopefully they'll be able to do that. Definitely because as a New York team are struggling, even though a lot of people I think are starting to bandwagon the Jets and the Giants and go right to the Bills, because the Bills are pretty much the only good football team in New York right now, for being real. So that's why a lot of people are kind of bandwagoning them instead of everyone else. Let's go to the next one. Lamar Jackson, elite quarterback from the Baltimore Ravens. He has a really great, unique rushing ability, but he has been working on his passing game. So this passing game is gonna make the Ravens make less turnovers, because Turnovers are very crucial in the game of football, especially when the game is close. You can't have any turnovers, and it falls in between the quarterbacks. So you can't have any turnovers. It's turnovers are obviously going to happen, but you got to try your hardest to prevent them, especially in late situations. So obviously, a very similar thing with Lamar Jackson. The offensive ability of the team is improving. Ravens coordinator Todd Boykins, he's making an offense a little more of like an offensive polished type of team. So in this offense, Lamar's going to be given more control of the ball, and he's going to be able to break the defense very good. So this is actually really important key to his philosophy, the Lamar Jackson effect. So obviously, in his recent postseason, he's had career highs in passing yards, and it will kind of be really interesting to see if he can do that again. So yeah, and I really want to see him do that again as well. So now, given the fact that he has to be a better passer, obviously, because like I said before, you can't have the turnovers happen. Because I think really, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting dizzy. I worked out, and my brain is scrambling. I'm very dizzy. I sincerely apologize for that. There's a lot of lights everywhere. But I would love to see him take this offense to a whole nother level and get the whole team involved. And hopefully his philosophy will be great and benefit the team. And hopefully they'll be able to become one of the best teams in the NFL. Let's go on to Joe Burrow from the Cincinnati Bengals, the last one in the elite quarterbacks list. So he obviously has a history of injuries, and in his last full healthy season, he led the leagues in yard and touchdowns, and he even got comeback player of the year. So obviously great when you're also dealing with injuries, especially like the Giants. Not playing with y'all, but it's obviously great that he's able to come back because of all the injuries. So now, the offense philosophy of the Bengals is they're a pass heavy squad. They're a high volume team. They're aggressive play calling teams, and the red zone efficiency are very high and effective. And the usage has been contributing to Burrow's high touchdown totals. So the Bengals are a pass heavy squad. They're a high volume team. They're really aggressive in play calling teams. The red zone efficiency is very, very, very highly effective. And, this usage has been contributing to Joe Burrow's and high touchdown totals. So, obviously I really think that this type of philosophy is going to get him more in shape to be able to have more efficiency. So I think if he's able to get more touchdowns off that offense, then he's going to be an elite quarterback. Obviously, Bengals, okay team, I ain't going to front. I don't really watch them like that, I am not going to lie. But this is going to be very, very, very good to Joe Burrow's. This offense is going to be great for them. Also, his elite cast is Ja'Marr Chase. He's obviously one of the league's top wide receivers. T. Higgins, he's the second option of the team. And right now, the team is working together right now so they can become a very good, solid run team. So the Bengals can honestly keep their opponents honest on the field. Let's get on to the rising elite quarterbacks, y'all. So obviously, from the Washington Commanders, Jayden Daniels. Yes, honestly, I've been watching a lot of Jayden Daniels, and honestly, I'm a fan, honestly. I really am. His strength, his impact ability with both his arms and legs. He has great rushing ability, and is going to put pressure on the defense. And I really think that he could be able to bring the Washington Commanders far. And shout out to all the guys who love watching the Washington Commanders, because we're seeing more people love the Commanders nowadays. And the Commanders' offense is actually also a very important change, let's say. So the scheme is more designed to be effective, even when while being described as simple by a lot of people, but is helping the Commanders rank high in points and also yards. So honestly, right now, Jayden Daniels, you also have a lot more experience and more growing to do, because you're going into your second year. And that's not a bad rookie year. His rookie year wasn't that bad. He's expected to show a little more growth and hopefully become more comfortable. As his role as being a quarterback, and especially going into this new offensive scheme, hopefully he can be able to grow like that. And honestly, it's gonna this new offense that that the Commanders are talking about is gonna allow him to play faster and make better decisions on the field. So hopefully we can see that more going into the NFL season going into a couple weeks. Let's go on to Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. And honestly, his big strengths right now are in the red zone because, that's his greatest asset. And, in his combination of high volume rushing and also his improving passing. He's consistently ranked among the league's top quarterbacks in rushing touchdowns. And most of these touchdowns, or actually a lot of these touchdowns, are actually contributed in the red zone. Kevin Patullo, he's making a better offensive system where it's going to program Jalen Hurts to maximize his passing. So, and I think it's also important to know that this is the second time they're actually using this offense. This is the second season using this offense initiated by them. So, and last year, when they were first using it, it got ranked in third for plays per game. And this offense made the Eagles a great rushing team and a great passing team. And not to also to support him, we got the highest paid running back in the NFL right now, Saquon Barkley. He had a monstrous year last year and did a great job in the Super Bowl. They also got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and they could do good on one-on-one matchups and create great plays. And I was also mentioning that the Eagles have one of the best offensive lines in the NFL, and that also gives them more of an advantage. Let's get on to, I know a lot of people are going to say I am hating because I'm putting this guy in the rising elite quarterbacks, and I know a lot of y'all are going to comment, why is he over here? Patrick Mahomes, okay? Go ahead and put your comments in now, okay? After he got locked up like Kobe and Shaq in the 2004 finals, not playing with y'all, but he's actually coming back for vengeance, and he doesn't want to give up because he has so many rings, and a lot of people are putting him in the category of Tom Brady. So obviously right now he's starting to express a better focus in terms of his ball movement skills, and he started working on more aggressive plays, and it's going to give him more time to be able to fake the ball and throw it to tight spaces. It was rumored that when he started doing this, he started dominating every play in training camp. Patrick Mahomes could really get back to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to lie. Even though a lot of people felt like he was kind of done after they lost really bad to the Eagles, I don't think they're done yet, if we're being real. His improved supporting cast, Xavier Worthy, he has the speed of this guy is really insane, and it's going to help the team, especially with Mahomes, to be able to throw the ball even further away. And also, not to mention, they got healthy receiving corps who were injured, like Rashae Rice and Mr. Hollywood Brown. They were injured, and, it kind of gave them a really tough time. But, honestly, I really do feel like even with Xavier, along with Mahomes, and even Travis Kelce as well, they'll be able to get back. And the offense is very strong, and Travis Kelce, obviously, his vital part on the team were great, even though his ratings did go down. We seen that in the Super Bowl because in the Super Bowl, it looked like he couldn't even catch the ball. He was struggling, and Mahomes was making bad passes. So I think that's why his ratings kind of went down a little bit. But if since he's very vital, we can't leave him out, unfortunately. We're going to keep him in. So let's go on to the high potential guys. Very high potential, but they're not gonna. I don't know if they're gonna be as better than the rising elite quarterbacks or the elite quarterbacks going into the NFL season. So first one, we got Bo Nix from the Denver Broncos. He had a solid debut season. He led the Broncos to the playoffs, but he needs improvement, and he's expected to grow. So obviously, he improved his decision making. He's great at protecting the ball, and hopefully, he'll have better pre-snaps and more of an understanding to take risks in the game. Because sometimes you gotta take some risks, bro, and sometimes it's gonna hurt, but you gotta take those risks, and then it's very vital. And the Broncos' offensive line is great. They are one of the best They're one of the best pass blocking teams, and they plan on bringing back every single starter going into the season. Their receiving corps, Cortland Sutton, he's a reliable go-to receiver due to his ability to complete contested catches and even make plays. And hopefully this will allow him to become a threat on the court. And I think right now that's probably the best receiving corps that the Broncos are going to have right now. Comment down below if you guys think there's more people. But there are some weaknesses going into this guy. He's highly conservative. His arm strength and velocity is not weak. I wouldn't say weak, but it's a concern. And also, he can't throw through tight windows like the elite quarterbacks can. And, he sometimes can't get the ball to the receiver fast enough. So that's going to lead to more incomplete plays. So, obviously, your decision-making has got to get better. If the decision-making is not better, then you're not going to be able to get the ball out fast enough. And that's very important. We can't have you holding the ball and just, hesitating to throw. It's going to happen, but it can't happen, too frequently, basically. And also, another weakness he has is his stance on complex reads. It's not great. Like, I wouldn't say it's not efficient, but it's okay. Let's go on to the next guy. Mr. Baker Mayfield from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He recently developed a trust and chemistry with his teammates. And, he's going to be playing a full season with them. And he developed home and trust in Tampa Bay. So, obviously, the Bucs, they're going to be playing a pass-heavy offense. And it's going to allow him to execute the ball to his teammates. And I really do feel like he has a great elite supporting cast with them. And, this offense, obviously we've been talking about, pass-heavy offenses. And, it's ranked number 10 in the NFL in offense. So, obviously, it's a great type of offense that you should have since it's ranked number 10. So, obviously, his supporting cast includes Mike Evans. And he obviously developed a really close connection with Mike Evans. You also got Chris Goodwin. And, obviously, they need a strong second option, and Chris Goodwin is going to be the guy for that. Because, he's an excellent route runner, and he can leave a bigger Mayfield with one-on-one matchups. So hopefully he can be able to cook like that. But here's where his weaknesses are. And this is where, weaknesses, this first weakness, obviously, it's the fact that he's 6'1" and he's lacking size. I hate weaknesses like that because they're small, but, it's kind of not really fair to say it's not his fault that he's 6'1" and he's lacking size. That's a sin, but that is a weakness that he has. Hey, I'm a short king too, so I understand. But hey, you're taller than me, so I'm only 5'8", 5'9". But another weakness that he has is during playoff games, he fumbles the ball and it's very, very, very crucial, especially in playoff situations. Not just late in the game, but playoff situations in general. Because in the NFL, playoffs is a one-game knockout. So, you get eliminated, you're going home. So, very, very, very crucial. And also, another weakness that he has is inconsistent plays, and this is a concern for the Bucs offense. Because if you're going to be playing that pass-heavy offense, and your plays are very inconsistent, then your offense is not going to flow. So, you got to be more consistent with your plays. And I think that's pretty much it with Baker Mayfield. I really have great trust in him. He's a high-potential guy. I'm not sleeping on him, okay? I'm not going to sleep on these high potential guys, Bo Nix, Baker Mayfield. I'm not going to sleep on those guys. I think we should give him trust. I think you guys should give him trust too. Comment down below what y'all think of him. And going to the final one, Caleb Williams from the Chicago Bears. So obviously he's going to provide insane talent. He has a powerful arm. He throws natural commands on the offensive side. And the offensive line of the Bears did improve, and it's going to be significant to their offensive strategy for Caleb Williams. And also, it's designed to help for more explosive plays. And, Williams could be the development of that. And here's his supporting cast. DJ Moore and Rome Odunze. And the two top-tier wide receivers, DJ, he really proved himself during the, the preseason. And Rome Odunze, he really demonstrated a talented playmaking ability. And he also has I can't say his name, y'all. Cole Kmet. Comment down below if I said that right. Kmet. I don't even know what I'm saying. And Colston Loveland. And, they're the newest members of the team at tight end. And, he also has DeAndre Swift. He's a very talented running back. And he's going to be an issue to deal with on the ground as a pass catcher. So here's some weakness that Caleb Williams has. He has a hero ball mentality, which hero ball has been seen a lot, especially not just in football, but in other sports in general. He holds the ball too long, and he got sacked 68 times due to this last season. So if you're playing hero ball and you're just holding the ball and you just want to run with it and try to get, the best thing out of your offense, it's getting 9 times out of 10 it's going to work, but there's a 50% chance it's not going to work. Or you may not gain yards, you might lose yards. Or you might be on third down and I'm going to just run with the ball and I didn't get first down. So sometimes that hero ball mentality is very crucial. So honestly, hero ball, not the way. You see that with Jalen Brunson a little bit too, You know, if you watch Jalen Brunson in basketball, my bad for getting into basketball a little bit, but if you watch Jalen Brunson when he's playing basketball, he sometimes has a mentality where he just holds the ball for way too long and he doesn't even pass the ball to his teammates. So, like, I remember during the playoffs, like, the Knicks were getting the offense set at 12 seconds and Brunson was still holding the ball. So, that's kind of hero ball mentality. So, if you're getting sacked 68 times, Caleb Williams, due to this hero ball mentality, you got to stop doing that. Another weakness is deep ball accuracy. It's not the best, despite having a powerful arm and throw, but he has to be more efficient with, ball accuracy. And also, given the fact that they're going into a new offensive scheme, it's going to allow him to deal with complex reads, and he may need to adjust to that, and it's going to take a little bit of time for him to adjust to it. So hopefully he can be able to adjust to it quickly. And hopefully he's going to be doing that in training camp a little more. Well, not training camp, more like preseason and going into the practices. And another one, the last thing, fumbles. Oh, Lord have mercy. Because, his interception rate was low, which is a great thing, but, he's very loose with the ball in his hands. So, worst comes to worst, bro, just throw the ball into the stands at this point. Like, it's better than throwing the ball into the stands than just getting a whole interception and a fumble. So, so basically, like, I don't really know, man. Worst comes to worst, bro, just throw the ball into the stands. It's better than, getting a third down or fourth down, you can just fake it and go again, or just punt the ball. Because if you get the team's momentum with the fumbles and the interceptions, then your team's going to be in trouble. And, it's going to mess up the flow. And the defense is not going to flow, and then the offense might not flow, and then you could lose the game. But you still could come back from that, but he has to relax he has to be careful with the fumbles. I won't say relax with the fumbles because he didn't have a lot, but he has to make sure his interception rate stays low. So, if you're ever trapped, throw the ball into the audience. It's the best thing to do, rather than just losing the ball entirely. But anyways, y'all, that pretty much sums up today's episode. I've been very busy today, y'all. I went to the gym for 2 days in a row. I was lifting a lot, so I've been a little bit dizzy because I haven't been on my workout grind for a while. And also, I've been walking a lot to class. And, a lot of things. But we are in college, y'all, and I will be continuing my videos while I'm in college. I'm very excited to take my journey with you because I'm going to be doing, hopefully, a radio station here. And hopefully you guys might hear me. And that's why I plan on doing interviews with people and hopefully commentating very soon. And hopefully next episode I will be able to interview people. And, a lot of these guys could be athletes, high school athletes even, and talking to them about their experience. And, I really want to do that. So hopefully I'll try to get that set up for you guys next video. And I'm very excited to start the journey. But anyways, I'm very sorry for the absence of me being gone. I know I didn't post in like 2-3 weeks. I apologize. I was moving into college. And then, I was having a little bit of fun in college. And, it's just been, really crazy. And I'm very sorry. It won't happen again. I will be more consistent, hopefully. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. Comment down below who you guys have making a really great season as a quarterback in the NFL. The season starts September 5th. And I'll catch you guys then. Peace out.